this video, let's talk about how to turn an unproductive day around into one that produces results. Everybody experiences it at some point in their life. Your alarm clock rings and you press the snooze button, which leads you to wake up late in the afternoon and then spend the next several hours binging over Netflix, scrolling through the bottomless pit of your Facebook feed, and checking the internet for things you just have to know. In no time at all, it's dinner time, and you've barely done anything productive. You're probably close to giving up at this point, but the situation can be turned around in some positive ways. Tip number 1. Create a to-do list, but don't cram it with a lot of items. Having a clear sense of purpose will help you stay focused on the tasks that you will complete that day, and keep you from feeling overwhelmed. Compensate your list with easy and quick tasks along with 1 to 2 important items that must be completed during that day but will take more time and attention. Tip number 2. Do something else that is easier on your to-do list first. The idea is to cross something easier off the list so that it tricks the mind into thinking it has accomplished something and gives it some encouragement that you are already making progress and you can continue a productive day. Tip number 3. Take a walk or do something that gets you out of the couch and moving. Laziness can pose a persistent problem if you're stuck in it for a while. If your mind is telling you to sit down all day, you need to get up and do something, such as going for a walk or doing sit-ups or jumping jacks or maybe even skipping a rope. Get back to work after you have had a chance to relax, unwind, and then think about what you want to accomplish. You can often get back into the swing of things after changing contexts, exercising, and taking time to clear your mind. Tip number 4. Keeping track of your fluid intake and eating small amounts is key. Let's discuss how food and water can influence our mental state. There is no question that hunger does something to our bodies in the biochemical sense, and it could affect a person's ability to concentrate and might also be responsible for why their energy levels are so low. Make sure you drink enough water every day, and if you tend to forget, use the various lifestyle applications available today to monitor your water intake. Additionally, having a small bite as opposed to a full meal avoids that afternoon slump that we all tend to experience after lunch. As hungry as you are very likely to become lethargic and lazy, so grab a snack you can prepare in a few minutes and a glass of water, and you will feel much better. Tip number 5. Focus on one thing at a time. Our brain's ability to focus on a single task has become increasingly difficult in the ever-changing world of technology. Maintaining focus on your central objective can be immensely beneficial to you. You're more likely to be successful at completing the task if you stay focused on it. The ability to finish a task more quickly can be a motivator for you to move on to the next one. When you recognize that you have the ability to do something, it helps you remain motivated and positive in order to achieve your next goal. Staying focused will allow you to finish more tasks overall. Minimizing distractions is a great way to allow your brain to process what needs attention. When you center your attention, you have a better chance of getting more done. Tip number 6. Time management. You should consolidate your schedule and block out time for all professional and personal activities into one capture system and not let your day dictate your calendar. The majority of people block their time into increments of 15 or 30 minutes for the entire day to identify their available time for the day. In this way, they can avoid double or missed appointments and stay on their schedule. If you want to work on important tasks without distraction, learn how to tune out distractions and block out time. Consider reserving some time in your calendar for any unexpected interruptions, calls, or emergencies during the day. Putting this in perspective, the block of time becomes a bonus of free time if the day proceeds uninterrupted. Tip number 7. Push yourself to do it even when you're not in the mood. Nothing will ever get done if everything you do is dependent on how you feel at that moment. To motivate yourself to work, the hardest part is getting yourself to actually begin. You may fear you won't be able to cross off everything on your to-do list, so you just don't start. You should challenge yourself to begin. You should set a timer for at least 1 minute, and when it reaches 0, do the very first thing that needs to be done. In case you remain unmotivated and have a terrible time after undertaking the task, then try something else. If you find yourself idly staring at a screen hoping to work up some motivation, set the timer and when it hits 0, start immediately. It is ultimately the way every journey begins or every task is completed. Tip number 8. Make contact with a friend, talk with someone, and connect. Having to work from home can be lonely, especially for those who miss their friends. Having friends enables us to do our best work and remain stress-free. We find that our friends are an excellent source of motivation and happiness. Having interaction with others will help us achieve a reasonably stress-free day. It is the nature of people to be social. Having a network of friends and family members minimizes anxiety and maximizes feelings of support. Although you may benefit from the new, flexible work from home policies, you also might not interact with your friends as much as you once did. This can be a challenge. Occasionally, you might have the impression that your friendships are fizzling out, not because you aren't interested in staying in touch, but because the distance makes it difficult to stay in touch. Take out your phone and make a call or send a text to this person if they are really important to you. Create a new ritual for staying in touch online. Alternatively, you can adapt an existing ritual. When you once ate lunch weekly with a certain colleague, maybe you can now do that virtually. Making time is essential to any connection, and making time is inconceivable if you do not reach out. Tip number 9. Spend some time reflecting and writing down things you're grateful for by journaling. Maintaining a journal is a great way to stay focused on what you intend to accomplish in a given time period, and to ensure that you continue to make progress toward your objectives. Journaling can help you stay productive. The practice of writing down things by hand improves memory, helps you think more deeply, and keeps you from becoming lost in the depths of your Facebook feed without even realizing it. Journaling can be as simple as writing about what you're grateful for because it is one of the easiest and most effective ways to get started. Practice writing every morning before beginning your work. A journal is a space to write about everything and anything that crosses your mind, and it's just for you. In addition, you can also discuss your progress towards reaching your goals. The idea is to get your thoughts down on paper so that you can get a fresh start every day. You can use this habit to enhance your creativity, clear your mind of issues that seem overwhelming, and start your day with a sense of peace. Spend a week writing 3 pages each day. During the days when you write, note whether you feel calmer or more productive. Tip number 10. Make sure you get enough sleep. Sleep is crucial to your physical and mental well-being. The quality of sleep also determines how well you function and perform at work, just as exercising and eating right do. You may not realize how important it is to get a good night's sleep. You'll feel less sluggish during the day, but it will also improve your ability to concentrate on routine tasks like driving and working. Sleeping 7 to 9 hours per day is recommended for adults, but for many of us, this is simply not realistic. We often have a hard time winding down, falling asleep, and staying asleep, even when we have the right amount of sleep time to spare. It is possible to improve your sleep patterns with some simple changes to your daily routine, so you can stay fresh and motivated. While you're winding down for the night, it is tempting to check your work emails or complete tasks. In this case, you may feel stressed and have difficulty falling asleep. In the long run, this may cause your bedroom to be associated with stress rather than the relaxation it should provide. You should try to maintain your usual schedule on your days off. You may have trouble falling asleep the following night if you slept in. Whenever you sleep in, try to keep the time difference from your normal wake time within an hour. If you have found this video helpful, check out the other videos in this 6-part series on staying productive. There are links in the description box that will take you to the playlist and also a link on 7 ways you can create an effective to-do list.